Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, July 15th, 2026 Aries. Because your tendency recently has been to brood over everything, a day like this can be beneficial. It has been difficult for you to find material satisfaction, but today offers you a new view into the world. You may find it especially gratifying to participate in artistic or religious activity. Taurus, there are days when you feel wonderful without being able to attribute the feeling of any event. Of course, your rational mind will search for a reason for the happiness. If you count the number of times when you go against your will or better judgment, it becomes obvious that logic and reason don't always apply to this world. Don't try to understand it, just go with the motion. Gemini, the day ahead should be excellent. You've been searching for meaning behind recent events. No doubt there has been a lot of changes both at work and at home. You're bursting with new ambition. Gemini, you're likely to pull off these experiences into a stir and be grateful for the thriving life that you will look forward to. You may not get a specific answer, but sometimes you have to feel grateful for the answer ahead. Cancer, you'll probably be perfectly in tune with the day ahead. Of course, there are days when it's tempting to run away from the reality of the moment. At times like today, you're so compassionate that you find it easy to listen to others, and life is truly rewarding. People will find your company soothing and pleasant, and they are likely to thank you for it. Leo, don't even try to understand what's happening today because you won't be able to fathom it. Collective currents of concern is imposing on your life, and you're powerless to stop them. Some soul searching may happen, and at the moment you feel like you're just a grain of sand in a vast universe. The question is this really a bad thing? Virgo, this kind of strange day doesn't occur often. You no longer seem to know what you want, work or time off, redecorate your house or live in a beach shack. It's hard to communicate because you feel pointless in explaining your point of view, especially when you don't know what it is. The best thing to do may be to unplug from your usual activities and go for a walk. This confusion will surely pass. Libra, do countries abroad represent real opportunities for you? This is a question that you'll soon have to answer. The grass may be greener on the other side of the world, but you have to consider the possibility. Couldn't it be that the dream of working abroad is a convenient explanation for the dissatisfaction you feel at work? It's important to solve this riddle, because you'll soon make some key decisions that depend on the answer. Scorpio, today won't be like most other days. Look around you and you see that people either have their heads on the clouds or are depressed or seem to be trying to keep up the good front. The planetary atmosphere is such that people, in particular youth, feel frustrated by the ability to realize their dreams. This is a difficult situation to be sure, but know that it will pass for real. Sagittarius, if you were offered the opportunity to take a trip around the world, where would you see wonderful places and experiences of timeless love? Would you take it? The freedom would tempt you without a doubt, but would it make you happy? Have you considered the possibility that you can create an environment here at home that gives you that same sense of freedom? Capricorn, today might be a bit difficult because you aren't likely to be a productive one as usual. You won't have much to say and you'll feel sleepy and sometimes grumpy. It's the perfect day to go back to bed with that novel, take a nap, or several naps. The follow-up will be the desire to do as little as possible, and there will be plenty of time to catch up on work. Aquarius, you certainly are in storage mood today. Things have been going smoothly for you for the past few days, but careful not to fool yourself. Pride comes before a great fall, as the expression goes, and you should be wary of the way you treat your lovers now. You're likely to be dismayed by your sweetie's attitude, yet you're the one who has stayed from reality. Pisces, it will be as though you're in a new hopeful world today. The people you meet will be cordial and caring, and the future will seem like a bright, attractive place to live. In other words, you feel as though you're living in a fabulous dream. Alas, the alarm clock is about to wake you up, so enjoy the sweet reality of the day ahead while it lasts. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. Do have yourself a great, safe, and wonderful day.
Good morning, it's Wednesday, guys. Welcome to the morning show here on DBS. My name is Marine. Oh, as usual, you know what we need to do, right? Of course. We don't do like the others. You know, we keep you rounded. When you listen or you look at us, you're well rounded, all right? We don't hype you up and don't inform you. So we keep you informed, keep it interactive, and that's how we do it. Let's go on over to the news department and see what we're working with there.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Paulion. Another deadly night of gun violence has shaken St. Lucia. A 33-year-old Saudi Arabian national was gunned down in Chinatown, Marigot on Monday evening, becoming the island's 42nd homicide of 2026. Residents say the barrage of gunfire has left families fearful, while business owners warn the escalating violence is driving customers away.
I cannot say nothing. I don't know. People can even go out. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force urges anyone with information that may assist in this investigation to contact the Major Crimes Unit at 456-3754. Information can also be provided anonymously via the crime hotline at 555 or through the crime hotline app. With visa-free access to Europe hanging in the balance, fresh questions are being raised about the future of citizenship and investment programs in the OECS. As regional leaders prepare for crucial talks with the European Union, United Workers' Party Deputy Political Leader Dominic Fede says governments must look beyond the short-term revenue and confront the long-term economic risks.
The Americans have actually put limitations on us. The British have removed the visa-free access that we used to have into their country ever since we existed as a nation. And now the EU is very close to doing it. And when we were saying this, the government was crying foul and suggesting that we were pushing panic buttons.
The regional heads have agreed to pursue a coordinated diplomatic engagement with the European Union and pursue a high-level mission to Brussels at the earliest opportunity to engage directly with the President of the European Commission. St. Lucia's rising crime rate is once again under the spotlight following the United States decision to raise its travel advisory for the island to level 2. The opposition UWP says the warning could have serious consequences for tourism and a wider economy and is urging the government to take stronger action to restore confidence and improve public safety.
The U.S. citizens and other foreigners in St. Lucia have been victims of armed robbery, assault, burglary, and rape. Yes, this is what is on the State Department website. And it didn't just stay on the State Department website. Very reputable news agencies like Fox News.
Mr. Fede warned that if violent incidents continue, St. Lucia risks further damage to its reputation in key tourism markets at a time when the summer travel season is underway. And finally from us this morning, inmates at the Body Lake Correctional Facility are trading prison jumpsuits for hard hats under a groundbreaking deal that puts them to work building homes for the island's most vulnerable, while earning certification that could change their futures.
Many marginalized individuals and families lack this basic human right. That is why partnerships like the one we formalize today are so essential. Today's agreement brings together strengths, expertise, and resources of all involved parties. Through this MOU, we aim to coordinate effort to provide sustainable homes for the underprivileged.
Under the SSDF Housing Assistance Program, inmates and students will undertake repairs to existing structures and, in some cases, complete reconstruction of homes for needy and indigent individuals living in deplorable conditions. The program gives special consideration to the elderly, persons with disabilities, and households with young children. Officials say work will begin immediately. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next News Major. My name is Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thank you, Newsroom. We'll take a short break and come right back. There was no contention there whatsoever. Our first feature this morning, our new Calypso queen. That's it. Here she is. Finally. I don't even have voice. Let me tell you. She caused this, She's part of the reason I have no voice because I screamed like a little girl on Saturday night. Finally ready.
Finally.
You've been knocking. We know everybody could have seen the potential. Last year when me included, when we thought, well, that was the year.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people have their personal and you have to
Yes,
respect that. You
thank
had
you.
your reason. You felt that way. We could have had what we want in our mindset, but your journey could only be yours.
Yes.
And maybe it was for good reasoning. You know,
It
maybe
was,
your
it
divine
was.
prompting caused you to do that then, so you could come back and do what you had to do this year. So
Yes.
congratulations. This is
Thank
our
you.
Calypso Queen 2026 here in St. Lucia. Ready.
Yes.
Tell me what it felt like on that night, because I know we've been there. You know your potential, and not just that. For you, it is so much more special because you get to execute music that your dad worked
Yes,
on,
yes.
and being able, as a daughter and a man who's very well respected in the arena, and being able to execute a song from him as his daughter, to the point where you capture a title. That must have been a very, very, very emotional moment for both
it
yourself
was.
and daddy.
It was. And you know, we are so grateful for all the support, not just this year, but over the years, because we've had some persons who have seen our potential from day one, especially you. I'm speaking about people like Izai, Shakom. Forgive me if I'm forgetting anybody.
It's all right.
But
It's okay.
yeah, so the night was actually the week was very overwhelming. I had a very hard week, lots of emotion, lots of tears I shed because everything was just not working out.
Oh.
So to finally capture the title on Saturday, I'm like, wow, okay, that's what happened. That's why it was going so bad, because they usually say that before something good happens, something bad always
Yes.
transpires. So, you
Right.
know, I am grateful for people entrusting me with this title. I will try my best to do what I can as the Monarch, not just for me personally, but what I can do in terms of getting the art form where it needs to be, or at least the foundation for that.
Absolutely.
What I really want to work on is our association, because we need a Calypsonians association.
That's right.
So I have already started the discussion. And I will be working towards that as well. Even if we just have meetings and we establish a foundation, that's what we would like. Well, I would like to work on for now. That's my main focus. But again, thank you, St. Lucia. Maureen, thank you for the
Absolutely.
support.
And it would very well mean that, you know, you fall into the line, because the wave seems to be surrounding us female this year.
Yes,
We've got
yes.
the female groovy. We've
Yes.
got the female intercommercial. We had our
Yes.
two queens, and you just come and you put that icing on the cake.
Yes.
Congratulations again, Reddy.
Thank you
we
so
look
much.
forward to what's
Thank
to come.
you.
All the best, sweetheart.
Thank
oh
you
my
so
God, our
much.
heart is filled, and we're appreciating that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good girl. And there's a wonderful St. Lucian woman. She's living abroad, but, you know, she's been doing a lot of good stuff, man. She's all heart, you know, and service. And she's come back home, well, visiting back home with purpose. Yeah, a trip back home with purpose sounds like a plan. So you get to enjoy and emerge and indulge, you know, into that. You needed that, you know, home is home, and you come home to do that, but you didn't just do that. You got to align it with some form of purpose, and that's exactly what she's doing. Let's find out more about it. Dagma is quite an individual, quite a very busy and active individual, channeling a lot of your energies, your expertise, your time, your service towards a lot of uplifting things. Service seems to be the platform of what it is you do, the core of what you do. You're coming back home. Yes, I'm sure to enjoy home, but you're also bringing some vibe and some love to back home as well. It is something that you've been doing. You're the founder of a non-profit organization, and you also head a ministry. Tell us a little bit about the background of those.
Yes, so I am the founder and executive director for a nonprofit. We serve over 100 young people and families annually, and I really work with young people, Black youth specifically, who are experiencing housing insecurity. So we do everything to help to uplift them from housing insecurity and provide them with the supports that they need in order to thrive in society.
Wow.
I think youth and the love for youth development have been something that it started with me in St. Lucia. I was a teacher here before I migrated. But other than that, I was also very heavily involved in church and youth ministry. So youth development had always been something I was passionate about. Good. But also when I migrated to Canada to further my studies, I think I experienced a little bit of housing insecurity myself. Wow. But just the, during settlement and all of the challenges that I faced, I was very uncertain of what my future looked like in Canada. But in that moment, I was like, because I'm a woman of faith, I really leaned into faith to understand like what is the purpose of the challenges that I was encountering. And I think it's in that moment that I got vision, I got clarity and direction that some of the things that I experienced, that God was going to use me as a vehicle to support many other young people. And so that's really my own lived experience is what fueled this work. And when I started, I didn't know that I would be, in a place where I would be supporting hundreds of young people and family. And just doing that work have led to just so many different platforms and acknowledgements from like governments and different people in the community as a leader. So yeah, it's a work that I love to do.
Purpose.
And yeah, purpose. It's all about purpose.
Absolutely. Exactly. Now you're coming back home and you're about to undertake a conference here in St. Lucia. We want to get some more ideas about that. But it's not a conference that is new to you. It's new to St. Lucia, your homeland. You're bringing it back. You've done it at least 2 years previously in Canada. Tell me a little bit about that conference and what can we expect? What are you hoping to accomplish? What would you like to be the end result of this initiative?
Thank you so much. So the One Thing Women's Conference is an initiative that started off in Canada as well. It's actually the third year of the initiative, and it was a simple blueprint to heal and empower women. Okay. Because I do believe that women carry several hats, and many of us have gone through so many different experiences that have broken us. Some of us, we feel like we do not have the ability to rise above our challenges so that we would be able to fulfill our purpose and destiny. So it's a simple message to heal and to empower, to let women know that God sees them, that God has the ability to use them in the midst of their storms, in the midst of their challenges. And I have a simple mantra, really. My mantra is that you touch one woman, you touch a family, you touch a family, you touch a community, you touch a community, you touch a nation.
Absolutely.
And that mantra is true to what I live and what I've experienced in my own life. Absolutely. And so we're bringing this to St. Lucia. I'm bringing a multiple disciplinary team to St. Lucia because the One Thing Women's Conference, in order to bring healing, a lot of us carry silent burdens. Yes. A lot of us carry traumas, and so I'm bringing a psychotherapist to St. Lucia so that she would be able to administer and do a healing seminar for women who are carrying a lot of burdens and trauma. And then we have the empowerment, which is the second day, and I have another speaker coming to speak really life into the women and help them to understand that they have a purpose, that they have a great call, and to awaken some of those dreams that lies dead within them. Wow. And I'm here also as a living testament to show them that, all things are possible.
Absolutely, all it is. Let's break down the conference now, because I'm sure some of our viewers are getting excited. When is it as scheduled? How do we get involved if we would like to be part of it?
Thank you. So July 25th and July 26th, it's happening at Dominion Worship International Center, Edgewater, Grizzly. So on Friday, it starts at 7 p.m. And so we have the healing seminar. And so if you feel discouraged, if you feel hopeless, if you feel like you're down in the valley, you don't want to miss it, you want to be there. And trust me, I know that you will leave hopeful. And our goal is to see that women who feel like they're in the valley, that they're empowered to rise again. And on day 2, which is Saturday, we're having the empowerment series. So we're starting at 2 p.m. And we're going to also be providing a queen's table, we call it, a dinner as well. So we want you to come and we want you to meet with us, and we want you to come and experience a wonderful time in the presence of God with women who just want to serve and give back. But outside of that, we're also having an initiative Thursday, right? We're trying to follow the blueprint of God here. We do not just believe in ministering to people, spiritual needs, emotional needs, but we also know that some women in the community have physical needs, and back to school is upon us. So on Thursday, we're having also a community initiative where we're blessing families with back to school giveaway, backpacks and notebooks and school supplies. And we're also hosting a health fair for health screening and health education. And that's taking place by the Growell Center in Grosley on the Thursday from 8 a.m.
Wow.
Yes.
You really did come to give back, man. You're coming here strong. I definitely think this is welcome at a time like now as well. Do you need for the seminar, for the conference, do we need to sign up? Do we need to get, how do you get involved?
Yes, so just to help us so that we would have an idea of the number of people we are catering to, and I do know that the church only has a capacity for 200 people.
Okay.
And we have a number of sign-ups already, so we encourage people to sign on One Thing St. Lucia.live, so it's www.onethingstlucia.live, L-I-V-E, and they could register. When they register, they'll also get an email follow-up with all the information on timing and the schedule. They could see all of that information on the website. So again, onethingstlucia.live is a place where you register to let us know that you are coming, and we look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely. And finally, before we leave, if persons would like to follow, your movement, your foundation, continue to stay abreast with what's going on, how can we?
Yes, you could find me on Facebook, Heart to Heart Global Ministry. Again, this is the platform where I empower women, and I live by the mantra, you empower one woman, you empower a family. When you touch one family, you touch a community, and you touch a society, then you touch a nation. Because women, we are really the fabric, I believe, of society. And I want women to know that they are seen, that they are heard, and that God loves them. So we look forward to you meeting with us. Again, Heart to Heart Global Ministry is where you find me on Facebook.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Welcome home. And welcome home,
Welcome to your Holistic Path to Wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran. Hi, we're going to talk about gut health today. And did you know that almost 75% of your immune system lives in your gut? So if your gut health is compromised, it's not just your digestion that suffers. It can impact your brain, your heart, your lungs, your hormones, and your overall immunity. Think of the gut as mission control. It doesn't just break down the food that you eat, it sends and receives messages to the rest of your body. We call one of these things the gut-brain axis. Your gut and brain are connected by the longest nerve in the body called the vagus nerve, which is direct communication between the gut and the brain. This is why stress and anxiety can sometimes give you stomach issues, and poor gut health can influence your mood, your focus, and even your mental health. The gut immune axis, with almost 3/4 of your immune system housed in the lining of the gut, any imbalance from poor diet to stress to infections to exposure to toxins can weaken your defenses. It means that you're more vulnerable to colds, to flus, inflammation, and even autoimmune diseases. So if your gut is not working optimally, a compromised gut can influence so many things. And many people are not aware of the importance of maintaining the integrity of the gut. And one small thing, you may think that the gut-brain communication is mainly from the brain down to the gut, but the majority of the communication is actually from the gut to the brain. So the command center is actually in the gut, and that keeps all systems running smoothly. The effects of gut or leaky gut can impact our entire body. So one small step you can take today is to ensure that you eat mainly whole, clean, unprocessed foods. Make your plate as colorful as possible with fruit and vegetables and ground provisions. All of these things will actually improve your gut health and improve and maintain the integrity of the lining of the gut. Remember, The gut is not just about digestion. It's the hub for immune health and even mental clarity, heart disease, dementia, respiratory disorders, so many things. So let's try to nurture our gut on a daily basis.
And this is where we pull the curtains down. It's a wrap on the morning show for this morning. It's Wednesday. Again, pace yourself. Pace yourself. Lots of things are heating up, leading into the heart of the carnival season, the culmination of the carnival season. So again, we just want to make sure we continue to encourage you, hydrate yourself. I mean, come on, the drinking, the partying we like, but of course, everything has to be done in right measures. You're going to go out, you're going out, be mindful of your surroundings, check for each other. If you're going out in groups, well, you should be going out in groups, check for each other. If you know you've been drinking excessively, do not go on the road, do not go behind the wheels. These are the sort of little things. Be mindful, you're out there on the road, avoid little dark areas, dark spots by yourself, all of these little things, you just want to continue to be very mindful of and stay focused throughout the leading of the next few days and weeks. That's where we wrap up our show. We'll catch you again tomorrow, right here for another DBS This Morning.